Right, let's take you live now to Mayville in Durban, where the uMsinsi movement is invading the cabinet meeting today. They want to know about the KZN flood victim budget. We find there our senior reporter Dasen Thathiah, who's covering the story for us, and he joins us now live for the latest. Dasen, clearly this is a group of residents who are tired of waiting for government to give them answers and have decided to go get the answers themselves. Let's try Dasen Thathiah again. Dasen, if you can hear me, just give me more details. A little earlier on, the visuals you were showing us were of people basically who had flooded that particular parking lot. It seems like police have been called to clear that.
Maseko, I think you were just trying to get a question in, but unfortunately I didn't get all of that. But let me just take you through what's happening here right now. Just a short while ago, this group of protesters that you are seeing here, they decided to storm this venue where the KZN cabinet was meeting. So there's quite a large number of them. They had traveled here in a number of taxis. They made their way through the entrance. And it seems at this point that the main objective here is to find out what is happening with the money that is owed to KZN, that 1 billion rand that was promised to the province, particularly for issues like housing. So the people that you are seeing here now are still living in those community halls that they've been placed in after the April floods. They had tried to do this before at the city hall, wanting to get answers. You'll recall that they staged a sit-in there, but at that point they didn't get the answers that they had wanted because they are still in the same position. So this is the problem that they are facing. This is what's brought them here now. They are doing this under the banner of the uMsinsi movement, and they have organized this protest. I want to take you now to Spoo Kumalo, who's with the movement. Spoo, we understand that this is around housing as well as the money that is owed to KZN, and we've been getting mixed stories on that. What is the intention here today, being here where we have the KZN cabinet meeting?
No, we had that the Minister of Finance, Mr. Potongwane, had said that the KZN legislature never applied for money. And when we spoke to the municipality deputy mayor, he said that we were parking at the wrong tree. We're supposed to go to the legislature. So now, because that we had seen that there is no response, and we had seen that when we were raising those concerns, even them, they never had a solution. They were blaming each other. So now we decided that today we have to come here to get answers from the KZN legislature, especially Nomsatuba and Jomos Beer, about the application of the 1 billion rand to help these people to come out of the halls.
You did also have an interaction with the deputy mayor in eThekwini. What was the response there, and what was wrong with that response that brought you here?
We had sent him an email because he had said while we were having that discussions for the first time, he said that he was going to come back to us within 48 hours, understanding that they are busy trying to tackle this issue. We gave them enough time, more than 7 days, to come back to him. When we came back to him, we came back in the form of email, and then he said he's going to come back to us in 48 hours. So we were expecting his answers from Monday. So he never came back to us. So when we find out that the parliament is sitting here, the legislature, we decided that we have to come here and get direct answers from the people who need to answer to these people when they are going to get out of those holes and what is happening with that 1 billion. We quietly understand that Mr. Mavunda is not a messiah, but our people are in trouble. We need answers. So people, when they are led by people, they are expecting them. If they're having problems, their leaders must come with a solution.
And you said particularly you want answers from finance as well as human settlements. Now, I know that some of you had managed to engage with some leaders here. Are you going to get that meeting that you are demanding? What is the indication?
Right now, I think they are calling us inside. I think we are going to engage. Maybe when I'm coming back, I can give you the feedback, what is transpiring inside.
Okay, before you leave, when you go in here, what is non-negotiable for you? So what answers would you be looking for to ensure that the protesters that are here now clear the path to let these officials leave?
No, these people, they must be given a clear answer as when and how they need to be moved on those halls. Because if they are not being moved, I know their system, what they did in City Hall, where they good negotiations. After that, they sent cops, they fired rubber bullets and stun grenades. These people, they will never leave here without the answers as when and how they will be moved from the halls.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to engaging with you when you come out of that. You said you are going into a meeting now, Maseko. You did hear there from one of the gentlemen from the uMsinsi movement. You'll see them now leaving. They're going indoors. I believe that they are now going to first engage with some officials from those relevant departments. Ultimately, they are looking to talk to the principals, the MECs that are responsible for finance as well as human settlements. And they have quite blatantly said there that they won't be leaving until they get those answers. And those answers relate to A, what is happening to that money, and B, when is these residents, these people that have been displaced, when will they be moving out of those community halls? The situation did seem to take some of these officials by surprise earlier. The protectors, as well as one or two police officers that were here, formed a barricade. They prevented the protesters from moving in. The vehicles that you are seeing now all belonging to the MECs as well as the Premier as well. And for now, you'll see that a barrier has been formed while the leadership of uMsinsi goes in. This barrier has now been formed to keep the protesters at bay and to, I guess, wait for the outcome of whatever is being discussed inside.
All right, Dasen Thathiah, senior reporter there for us. And my colleague Heidi Jokos were just looking at those images that Dasen was giving us, seeing all those expensive cars parked in that parking lot while people don't have bridges in some of them homes. Some of them are still even looking for their loved ones who've passed on and still not been found. So the people actually had to go to council or to government to get their answers, because it looks like our government feels as though they are not accountable to the people, but accountable to each other.